I'm Alan with Diesel Dreams. Thank you for coming and watching another video. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. You seen the thumbnail? What do you think that leak is? Where do you think it's coming from? Because we're going to find out real soon, and it might shock you. When you see something like this under your vehicle, it gets pretty stressful. All where that kitty litter's at was all oil, and I had that plate down there just catching all the oil. So it looked like a quart or two had spilled out on the ground in about a week's time out of this Hummer. So we're going to go into the video, and I think we're going to have a lot of good news for you. That not every leak is a disaster. You can fix it. You don't have to pay somebody else to do what you can do. We come under the vehicle, and it looked like this was a rear main seal. I've wiped down a ton of the oil and stuff. And I pulled the inspection cover off, and I looked up inside there, and as you can see, it's dry as a bone. There's no fluid up there. So then I saw some fluid dripping off of these bolts over here. So I grabbed my ratchet and I checked, and they were just like hand tight. So I went around the whole pan and checked all of them. And tightened up all of the bolts that I could get to. And about 75% of them were hand tight. They were like 2 pounds of pressure on them. So I know that's one of my leaks. So I'm probably going to get a new transmission gasket and filter and go ahead and change it. I've wiped this all down. You can see that how spotless it was over here from the transmission fluid leaking. And then up here, I'll try to get my light up there. If you look, it looks like the transmission cooler is leaking. So I'll get me a transmission cooler gasket and put up in there. I can just see a lot of fluid. So it looks like this vehicle had two. This is a 2003 Hummer, but the same as any Silverado or Yukon or Suburban. It's a 6.0 liter, same as a 5.3, 4.8. There's no real difference in them. So yeah, I'm going to put a new cooler, or a new oil cooler gasket up there, a new transmission pan gasket, new transmission filter, change the oil on it, and probably pressure wash this down. But you know, as you can see, it don't look like a rear main seal. It looks like our whole problem here is just a couple cheap little gaskets, easy to fix, easy to replace. A lot better than having to do a rear main seal. If anybody's watched the videos on those are like all day. Pull the transmission, the transfer case. You know, tons of work. So thank God this is just going to be a pretty easy job, it looks like. You know, basically just some routine maintenance. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And comment below anything that you would like to know more about. This Hummer is going to supply us an endless line of videos. You hear our dog next door. It's liking to bark at us right now. But this Hummer is going to give us tons of videos. I'm going to have to replace the transmission pan gasket and do the filter at the same time. And I'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do the filter replacement, how to get that pan out of there, removing those skid plates. And I'm going to try to film more of it now that I have me a tripod to film the removal of the transmission pan, the skid plates, and we're going to get the oil cooler gasket replaced on this vehicle. And thank you again. See you next time.